Hello guys, I am V. Sai Srinivas of 9th class from Mathman. So today I am going to explain today's editorial. So let's get started. So today our editorial's name is The Road Taken. Salem Greenfield Highway may now be a fait accompli after SC verdict. By upholding notifications intending to acquire agricultural land for the proposed Chennai-Salem Greenfield Highway, the Supreme Court has both paved the way for completing the land acquisition process and sought to ensure the environmental clearances and are obtained before its constructions. So many notifications were given to the state government regarding the construction of the Chennai-Salem Greenfield Highway. So the Supreme Court had stated that they should complete the land acquisition and they should sought to ensure that all the environmental clearances are acquired before this construction and it should be completely legal. It has ruled that it will be premature to expect the authorities to obtain environmental approvals at the stage of identifying the land linked to proposed alignment of highway. But once the land was notified for acquisition, the surveyed for feasibility, they would have to apply for all statutory clearances. So they can't expect that all the clearances will be given to them quite fastly because the land they are about to construct a highway on is a national highway is going to be constructed and it shouldn't be premature if they expect that they will get environmental approvals. So they will have to apply for all the environmental clearances in order to construct the highway. It would be at the stage of entertaining objections that questions such as whether the project was truly a public purpose could be dealt with. However, the land could be taken over. The construction began only after the competent authorities give their clearances along with measures for mitigating and remedying possible environmental damage. So there will be many objections regarding this, and there are questions also that is this project truly for public purpose and it should be dealt with. So the land, but above all, the land could be taken over and the construction might begin only after all the companies and other authorities give clearances along with the safety measures and for also calculating the possible environmental damage and other things. The judgment of the Madras High Court, which had taken a nuanced position in favor of environmental protection, agriculture and preservation of rural livelihoods over the economic benefits of new highway on virgin land, has been set aside in the process. The High Court had shown greater sensitivity to possible livelihood and ecological concerns. It had favored early judicial intervention, relying on judgments from the US that spoke out against letting projects advance to such a stage that there is irreversible commitment of resources. So the Madras High Court had given its verdict that it is in a position where it can't favor both of the sides. So they must take care and be concerned about the environmental protection and the safety of the livelihoods living along the way. So the price of these livelihoods isn't much, but they shouldn't let the economic benefits of the new highway affect the lives of these people. So the High Court had shown great concern regarding this, and the other trustable judgments from the US told that this is a type of project in which they should have a commitment, and this is a stage where they can't reverse the commitment of resources. The three-judge bench has now ruled that High Court was wrong in holding that clearances under environmental and forest laws were required even before the initial land acquisition notices. So the three-judge bench court had now said that the Madras High Court was wrong in having to get environmental and forest clearances to give the land acquisition notice. It goes on to uphold the center's power to notify any stretch of land, including greenfield land and not merely a pre-existing road, as a national highway. So the center has a power that it should check whether the land on which the national highway is going to be built there shouldn't be a pre-existing road there, and the land includes also green fields, so there is a chance that there will be more environmental damage. As a part of growing body of jurisprudence on sustainable development, the top court had laid down its Karnataka Industrial Areas Development Board a general principle that in future, before acquiring land for development, the possible adverse environmental impact should be properly comprehended and the acquisition done in a way that did not impair it. So the jurisprudence on the sustainable development has been growing over the period of time. So the Karnataka Industrial Areas Development Board said that the government must be prepared to comprehend the environmental impact, and the acquisition must be done in a way where there shouldn't be any kind of inequality. So if this is possible, then the project is a go. In a departure from this dictum, it now says the statutory framework governing highways and the process laid down for acquiring land for highway projects did not provide for a prior clearance requirement. The court's line of reasoning based mostly on development-centric statuses and something of a disappointment when it could have taken, even at this stage, a holistic view of the need for sustainable development. So the center focuses on the development and it don't concentrate more about the lives that are going to be affected. So it is a disappointment for the court, and for acquiring the land like highway projects, they must have prior clearance requirements. So some of them are valid and some of them are not. So the court is inconceivable, and there is a possibility that the project might render many people homeless and their livelihoods will be completely destroyed. So all of this must be considered, and only after then the construction of this project must be done. So thank you guys.